What's up, guys? Gonna be doing a ranking video actually, or just not so much ranking as just like opinionated a video. I had mentioned before in my community tab, which you should check if you are subscribed to me. But basically like some thoughts and opinions on like the Project Voltage Miku collab series, I guess, between Pokemon and like an official Pokemon collab with like I guess specific Miku artists, just to like pair Miku up with a Pokemon of every type, and they would make like a unique outfit slash costume for her for each of these designs. I had mentioned before that I'm very much not a fan of the majority of these costumes, and I'm going to be talking about why. So this isn't going to be like a totally like negative video or anything like that. So if you're expecting that, that's not what this is. This is basically like me giving my thoughts and opinions on each of these designs as I see them. I have seen glimpses of some of them, but not really like all together to like really take them in. In addition to that, I will also be saying like, like giving my opinion, like, is this like not necessarily a good design because that's subjective, but just does this feel like a Miku design? So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. I have this screen up just so you can like see what Project Voltage is. So we'll go on to the first one. I think that is normal type. Yeah. I'm not really like too concerned with like who the artists are. I'm just looking at the designs themselves. So this is probably one of my favorite ones, the normal type, I guess, because Meloetta is normal psychic type. It looks like Miku visibly, so this is why I like it the most. It makes sense that Miku would be with Meloetta, who is very much singing oriented. Like she has a song. I mean, Meloetta has a move where she sings a song and changes her entire form based on that. But the base form is very much giving Pixie Vocaloid vibes, even down to like the headset on the official design and just like parts of her body being music notes. It's like the perfect fit for Miku if you were to choose one Pokemon to be her companion. And I thought that as soon as I saw it, I was like, I didn't even know what Project Voltage was. I just saw this design and I just thought it was like a cute little anniversary Miku thing, which is probably is what this project is for, like to celebrate her anniversary. But I just thought this is an amazing outfit. It's very simplistic. It doesn't need to be over designed or over the top. It's straight to the point. It looks like a Pokemon trainer. She has the bag. She has the Pokemon. She has the Pokeballs. It's everything you need right there. So A plus here. I'm not really like seriously giving grades or anything. I'm just saying this is an A plus design right here. And then of course they have the ref sheets to go with these. Oh, I actually meant to save these, but I guess I'll do that on my own time. Moving on to, I think this is grass type. So this Miku is with Rillaboom. Rillaboom is one of my favorite Pokemon, but I do not like this Miku design. And I feel like this is the issue with a lot of these Project Voltage designs. They lean too much into like trying to be, I guess, quote unquote unique or whatever the case may be, and in turn loses the Miku-ness of the design. And just being a girl with pigtails does not make you Miku. Like there's a ton of anime characters with pigtails, and they're not Miku. And this design necessarily isn't too egregious compared to like a lot of the other ones, but in the ref sheet you can see a lot more of the Miku here. I think it's probably a lot of it in the eyes, where like the Pokemon eyes just don't really translate to Miku well. Miku's usually very pale, so like seeing her even with like a little bit of melanin is kind of funny. I don't really have too much of an issue with it. I still think it very much fits like the Galar grass theme, and it does read as Miku, but only in the ref sheet. In the like official pose art, if you didn't tell me this was Miku, I would have thought this was somebody's OC. And like I said, that's an issue I have with a lot of these designs. They don't look like Miku. They just look like, like a really well made not fan design, really well made original OC, whatever you want to call it, design, just not Miku. So this is the fire one. This is Miku with Skeleturge. Already thoughts. More of Miku coming in on this one. I do like that they kept the singing motif, so you see like her headphones and everything. They probably have a better view of it. Yeah, there's a better view of it here. amp sounds and stuff like that. Kind of reminds me of Yuzuki Yukari's E3 design with the speakers on the jacket. I do like the kind of like wild and crazy hair, almost like a flame, but like a musical flame. I actually did not like this the first time I saw it, but looking at more of it now, I really do like it. I also like that. I think it's the necklace is supposed to be. Is that what it's supposed to be? The necklace is supposed to be her mic. Yeah, that's really cool. I really like this design actually. I don't know why I disliked it before, but I like the design. It comes across visibly as Miku, and I think the reason why this one succeeds more than like the grass one here is probably like when you look at Miku and you visibly know her design, her bangs are a certain way, and you see some of that here, like the bangs still representing Miku, even though like the bottom of the hair is definitely different, and obviously the top of the hair is different, but the elements that make Miku like a visible, not visible, a no, recognizable silhouette or recognizable features of just the character themselves come through a lot more here, and I think that's what makes it a more Miku looking design. Then we have water type Miku. Not automatically, I already am not much of a fan of this one. This is, I'm definitely leaning tons more into like, this is an OC with pigtails versus this is Miku. If they didn't have the long pigtails, I wouldn't know who this is. For one thing, I know they're trying to do here, like there's a Pokemon character named Marlin who is white or just not black, but has like a big tan, but the tan covers like 90% of his body, so you would think that he's like black or at the very least like um, something with melanin, but he ain't, and neither is Miku. I don't really hate it. I just don't see the Miku in this. It just looks like a really nice design, like a really cute outfit going into it. Beach ball, Pokeball. She has like the potion on the back with heal balls, like I guess water with the motif of healing and stuff like that. I think it's a great design, but it doesn't really read too much as Miku outside of just pigtails. And honestly, if this was a character in Pokemon, like an original character in Pokemon, I would like this design a lot more than it being Miku. Like maybe like a Miku homage versus like just saying it's Miku. But like I said, again, these are my personal opinions, so let's, if anyone's getting upset, hopefully you're not. But yeah, moving on. Water type with Free Marina, I forgot to mention that. Um, and for a lot of these, I thought there would be like all starters, but obviously that's impossible because I don't think there's a starter, even with dual typing of like every type. Especially since they use fairy typing here, but this is for water. But moving on, I think the next one is ground. No, not ground. Fly. Oh, I was wrong. It's electric. So going off of just this view, this is not Miku at all. This is just somebody's OC that they're calling Miku. It looks nothing like Miku. I get the hair is supposed to be very spiky because of electricity. Rotom is the perfect pick for this. Well, not maybe not the perfect pick. Just a good pick for an electric type. Just because of the motif of Miku being a program, and she lives in your computer, and Rotom can of course go inside of computers and take over technology and kind of like terraform them for its own body. Um, I can't really think of any other electric type I would give Miku that would either fit the motif of her being a program, or I don't even think there are any electric types that like particularly sing. Maybe I would say Oricorio pom pom form, but they already did like a cheerleading outfit with the Rillaboom, so don't need to repeat it. I do like the outfit though. I really do enjoy this outfit. But it just visibly looking at this, it's not Miku. When you see the ref sheet, a bit more Miku comes through, but at the same time, this still does not feel like a Miku to me. Like even with all the modules you would see in Project Diva, or just like outfits that you'll see from Miku and stuff in collaboration events, for the most part, artists make Miku feel like Miku and look like Miku. This just looks like someone's really cool OC. That's like a electric power plant rancher, but Saying it's Miku, no, not really. I don't think this really looks like Miku. It just looks like a really cool OC with pigtails. And I don't think that's like quintessential of like Miku. Like just because you have a character with pigtails doesn't automatically make it Miku. Like even see here, even with like Electivire, Jolteon, none of these Pokemon I feel fit Miku better than Rotom. So they definitely picked the right Pokemon, but maybe it's the outfit. Like if I saw more of this in the initial design, like where the hair flows and everything, and like maybe more blue in here because Rotom is very blue. Like if they kept Rotom's blue, whatever in the hair itself, and maybe like just like primary colors or well, not primary colors, but like yellow, blue, and white instead of this black. I think that with the hair being the same color as Rotom's hair, that would read a lot more as Miku. Um, but yeah, it looks like a great design, but it doesn't really look like Miku. Now we're moving back into the territory of these designs looking like Miku. This is visibly Miku. The hair is there. The accessories from like quintessential like Miku V2 design with like the little hairpins that with the black and the pink, and then it's very colorful. It's giving very much Team Skull from the Alolan region, and of course, since this has to be for normal type then, right? Because it can't be for flying. There's already something I saw for flying, so I guess the Meloetta one was for psychic, which would make sense. So I guess this is normal. This is for the normal typing. It's very colorful. Chatot very colorful. Parrot, you got your pink, your primary colors, your white, the black, music note head. It fits Miku's motif of being like the singer. It's very colorful and bubbly. It's just one of the more out there designs, but it works. And it's definitely like I especially love these glasses with like the pixelated eyes. It just very much is giving the Miku energy that I was missing from the other designs. And not really in the sense that, oh, all Miku outfits need to have blue hair, because no, they don't need to, but it needs to visibly read it. Like even the bangs here are even better. I just love everything about this design. And then of course the ref sheet. These are just really, really cool design. Really, really cool shoes. It looks and feels like Miku. The Miku-ness is coming through. It's so cute. I would love to see somebody cosplay this. I don't know how hard it would be to get this done. I feel like this would be like a tie-dye. And of course, whatever you do with the wig. But it just looks like something that would be really cool to see. Moving on, I think this is for Ice type. So, yeah, this is just not Miku at all. Sorry. I love the choice of Lapras because Lapras is more singing oriented as far as the ice types goes, especially since one of its I want to say if was it the first Pokemon to learn Perish Song? If it wasn't, then it was definitely in that generation that no, what am I saying? All I know is that Lapras learns Perish Song and Sing, and lots of like singing based attacks, like especially I think one of its Gigantamax forms has like a visible um like singing Aurora Veil around it. So I thought this was a really good choice for a Pokemon. But in terms of the design, once again, really cool design. Is it Miku though? No. It doesn't look like Miku at all. Like zooming in just a little bit. Um I love the simplicity of it. Like I said, I don't have any issue with the design itself. I think all of these designs are pretty cool in their own way. It's just, do I see Miku in it? No. Do I think this is a really cool idea for like ice hair? Absolutely. This is amazingly cool. It just does not look like Miku. Even when you look at the ref sheet, it just I can see this more in Promare, the Studio Trigger anime movie, than I can see as like it being Miku. But it's still a really cool badass design. It just does not look like Miku at all to me. Again, these are all my opinions, so if you think differently, you can of course leave your comments below. Oops, I think I went too far. And then there's another part of the rescue without the jacket. I think it looks better without the jacket actually. You see more of the Miku-ness coming in without the jacket because you can see the one on her shoulder, like the same little tattoo. I think Actually, can I change my mind? Just like right here. Without the jacket, this looks like 50% more Miku and just, in my opinion, better to me. Like without the jacket, this design just looks way better. Way better. I'm seeing more Miku without this jacket. The jacket is very distracting, I guess. Like it's just like I get the vibe they're going for, like gatekeep gaslight girl boss, not literally, but you know what I mean. Um, it's giving very much gym leader, Elite Four type of vibes. Like Gen 4 Cynthia. Um, and obviously Ice type trainer. I think that I don't know how I feel so much about the green. I think the green is a really good accent to like a very saturated green compared to like the more muted pants color of like navy or gray, whatever, blue, whatever you want to call this. And then I like that the ice itself is not bright, but it has like white highlights on it to like give the illusion of light reflecting. Um, like I said, I do like this outfit. I like it way more without the jacket. Without the jacket, way more Miku, makes me like it a lot more. With the jacket, very distracting, loses a lot of the Miku-ness, but still not a bad design at all. But moving on. So if that was ice, then this is rock, because Aurorus, the Pokemon here, is a rock and ice type, one of the fossil Pokemons from the Kalos region, and automatically just so much Miku-ness here. So much Miku. This is giving very much Snow Miku design 2023. Not literally the design from 2023, but just like the vibes of a Snow Miku design. So going to the ref sheet, tons of Miku here. Just tons of Miku here. This is a module I can see in Project Eva. Or Sakai, I guess now. But love it. Love the outfit, giving very much court jester princess, and I really enjoy that. Um, I love the ice crown or rock crown, I should say, because everything over here is like very much giving like rock motifs, almost like Olivia, like how she has like the rock stuff a part of her outfit. I think because she sells like stone jewelry or something like that, and I'm seeing like similarities with that with Miku's design. It just looks very nice, like the stalactite breastplate here, or is that a breastplate or is that just a top? I think it's just a top, but I like it a lot here. I'm not really sure what's going on right here in the shoulder area. I don't know if that's a necklace or some type of like shoulder cowl, shawl, whatever you want to call it. But whatever. It's giving very much rock type magical girl Miku. And of course, with the dress, it's just amazing because it matches the flowy bits of Aurorus's head cowl, not feathers. I don't know what you would call this. Skin flaps. Makes it sound gross, but I love it. I love it here. I love it very much. It actually gives me like the colors remind me very much of like Gen 5, like Team Plasma, Getsus sort of vibes with the staff that he used to control Kyurem. Yeah, I like it a lot. Probably one of my favorites of the Miku designs, up there with Chatot Miku and of course Meloetta Miku. And this is just another viewpoint of it. Again, still love the dress. Still giving very much Snow Princess, Magical Girl, Snow Miku vibes. And now we're on to ground type. Is this ground type? Yeah, this is ground type. Miku with Flygon. Don't know how I feel about this one. I do see a bit of Miku in here, but I also can't unsee like the Zinnia-ness of this. If you don't know who Zinnia is, she's from the Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire games as the person obsessed with Rayquaza or whatever. Let's look at the ref. The ref is giving, maybe it's the color. I don't like Miku personally with like green hair, or I like shades of blue or blue green, not just straight up green. I do like the little desert traveler motif. The choice of Pokemon is really cute too. The Trapinch line. It's a lot more Miku than the other ones, but I personally am not a fan of it. I think I would like it more if the eyes were in orange and yellow color. It does match little spot stick on her hair, but even I don't like those either. But I get it. It's supposed to match Trapinch. I believe it's the same orange. I would have to like color pick it to see. But the outfit itself is really cool. Desert Traveler. with the bag and the map. And of course the O1 motif with the little bangle that she has on her arm. I think that's a really nice touch. Probably the best part of this outfit, in my opinion. I don't really like the little Croc shoes. It just seems out of place if you're traveling in the desert. Um, or maybe it's good footwear. I don't know. I don't travel in deserts, but it's probably the most distracting and unfitting part of the design, in my opinion. But other than that, I love the little pigtail bun things that they have on top, wrapped in the little cloth bandages. I just don't really like the orange specks on the hair. I also don't like the hair color, nor do I like the eyes. So this is it's a no from me. Just personal preference. It doesn't really feel too Miku-y, but it feels a lot more Miku-y than the other ones that haven't felt Miku-y. And this is just another. I think does Flygon sing? I want to say one of the Pokedex entries does say that it sings. Um. So yeah, it still fits the motif if I'm correct. I don't feel like looking it up, but I feel like one of the Pokedex entries does say that Flygon sings. Now we have the flying one. This is the flying one. The other one that I thought was flying one, which was Chatot, that was normal. So the first one was psychic, and this is flying. And this is Miku with Altaria. Um, Definitely gives the Miku vibe. Definitely. Um, it's like you took Miku and you just threw her in clouds, and that's how it feels. I love the wispy, flowy, cloudy hair that they have going on here. I love Altaria. Altaria is a really great pick for a flying type. To be honest, there's so many because birds sing, so you can honestly say anyone, but Altaria has been known to be the more musically inclined flying type. So, and is already known to be the ace of like other flying type trainers within Pokemon's canon. So it's really cool to see Miku with that. I like the outfit. I love the almost the bangs covering the other eye. It gives a little bit of mystique. I love the. Do they have the O1 on here? I guess it would probably be on the ref sheet. There is no. Oh, there is. There's like a band tied to her. I don't know if that band is supposed to mean anything or reference anything, I should say. But you see the O1 there. Um, the outfit's really nice. I like the knee-high stocking things because I feel like that's a callback to like her knee-high stocking shoes on the original Vocaloid design. I also like that the artist kept a little bit of the blue in her eyes because I feel like that's been missing from a lot of these designs is the blue in Miku's design. And I'm not saying that to be a quote-unquote successful Miku design, you have to follow the original design to the T, but I'm saying, and I'm gonna keep reiterating it, it doesn't like recognize as Miku. Like if you were a Vocaloid fan and you didn't know about Project Voltage, you didn't know anything, you were just shown this design or shown some of these designs, and you were told, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even recognize these as Miku. They're just like really cool original character designs. But getting getting off topic. Getting back to things, I just like that it's very cloudy. You have these sheer or I think it's sheer. These sheer see-through arm warmers like the like Kagami and Rinneman. They're like very puffy and cloud-like. Of course, the little Pokeball bangle thing that they have on their belts to clip them onto. I just think it's a nice design. I also love the very muted blue, like low saturated blue in the hair. It just looks really nice, really elegant, really flowy. Moving on, it's just more Miku with some flying types or just Pokemon that do fly. Let's see. Okay, so this is probably one of the best designs in the whatever you want to call it, Project Voltage collab. I was about to say whatever you call this. Um, Automatically reaches Miku. Trying to copy. I think the weakest part of this design is trying to copy the Jigglypuff cowlick thing. I just don't think it translates well to this part of the hair. Or if they did do this, it should curl inwards like Jigglypuff's and also be the same blue color as the rest of her hair because you already have pink throughout the hair design. But it's not super egregious in my opinion. It brings back this very, excuse me, it brings back this very simplistic element to the Miku designs that I think really makes them successful. It's giving fairy type. The eyes have the blue and the pink. It's she has like a pillow, like as she was going to go to sleep. Because if you don't know, Jigglypuff is a Pokemon that can put you to sleep with her voice. So I like that. I think that's a reference to that. So I really like that. Um, oh, it's also her purse, I guess. But yeah, I really like that. Like very bubblegum pop Miku, and then it offsets this with like these two flower hairpins. Um, that I'm not too sure about. Like in terms of like on the design itself, it definitely grabs your attention, but I don't know if it's like something that's distracting. But yeah, I really love this design overall. I think this is a really successful Miku design if you're going to make one for like a fairy type trainer Miku. And it still retains the O1. I love how each of these artists are like incorporating the O1 into their outfits. It's not on her arm like the other ones, but it's still present and there, and I like it. And I think the red is the same color on her nails. It's the same color, or is that pink? Actually, no, it's pink. I'm gonna say I think the red is the same color of the flower, which I thought would have been better. Like if the red from the flower was on her nails, just to have it where these two things don't stand out and they're incorporated more into the design. But that's just me nitpicking. I still think this is a really great Miku design. I really like it a lot. Moving on, we got Bug Miku with Kricketune. Kricketune does make music. In terms of like bug types, probably one of the best options you can have, because I don't really think there are a lot of bug types that are like musically inclined. And in general, this just reads very much as Miku. Like I can see this in a 40 MP um, music video. It's one of my favorite Miku designs. It looks, the music motif is there. It visibly reads as Miku. It's just a really successful Miku design in my opinion. And just like it's giving very much bug teacher, gym leader Miku, and I just like it a lot. I love these like warm, not warm, these cool blue and just like muted, low saturated colors. I think it works really well. We don't really see a lot of earthy tones with these designs outside of the Flygon one, so I love seeing like the brown, light brown, whatever you want to call that, in the tie and the little musical piano note part, and also on part of the shoes. And blue is there. Blue is all up and down here. It offsets the brown really well. I just think this is an amazing design. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You can't do better than that. Well, like in terms of like for a bug type. And now this one I'm very torn on. Now I did see it when it first was uploaded to the Twitter, but I wasn't really sure what to make of it. I think it looks like a really cool design, right? Because you have this very much motif of like slimy sludge dripping ooey gooey poison, but visibly reading as Miku, not so much. And it's, I don't know if it's like another case of like the jacket is distracting, but I think it's amazing that they use Toxicity, because Toxicity is one of the most musically inclined poison types. I think you couldn't have picked a better partner for Miku. I think the design itself obviously is really cool, but it itself just does not read as Miku to me. And it's not so much that the colors are different, because you can have, like I said, you can have different color hair. I'm not really, even though it sounds like it, I'm not really too big on that. But I don't know. Something about this just doesn't really read as Miku to me. Maybe it's the bangs. Maybe it's the sides of the hair. I do like that it's like it just looks like a really cool, somebody's really cool OC from an anime versus like Miku. And when I see that, I don't really like the design so much as a Miku design, because I feel like it's very weak. But as just a character design, I think it's very strong. It gives very much Splatoon vibes. So, like paint and stuff like that. Like even here, um, the goggles, I guess, for not to get in your eyes. It's just being like poison with the gas mask and all that. It looks really cool. It just doesn't really read as Miku to me. So moving on. And without the jacket, I still don't really like it. But I do love the idea of like Miku being like a poison electric trainer. Yeah, that's really cool. Um, but yeah, I like it more with. Do I like it with more with a? I like it more without the jacket actually, but it still does not read too much as Miku. But I do like it more without the jacket, just so we can see like the under more of the underside of it. The jacket is very distracting, but it also looks very cool. Moving on. This is Ghost. This peak. This is peak. This is peak. This is peak. This is peak, you guys. This is probably like one of the best Miku designs up in here. Like period. Period. When I saw this, my jaw dropped. I was like, this is perfect. First of all, it plays into the fact that Miku is, again, a computer program. Um, and like you can see the glitchy corruptedness of her, but the wispy, and then to tie it into like a ghost type design, they have the wispy hair ties in there, like the will-o-wisp hair tie. Um, Blue is very much prevalent, but it goes into like a gradient of like purple and white at the end. It just, oh god, this is just like an amazing design. And then you see like the reflection on the top of the head. I don't even know if that's supposed to be like a light reflecting on her scalp from the wisp, but if it is, then it's brilliant. Um, and then there's also, of course, like a lot of like stereotypical ghost designs will have somebody where you can't see their hands, but it's like very baggy sleeves, and I love that they did that here because she wears the arm warmers. Um, and of course, the ghostby Will-O-Wisp tie was a really great touch. And then, of course, the eyes. I don't know if it was intentional, matching Miss Magius, which is right here. I don't know what Miss Magius has to do with singing or music or anything. So if you know, you can let me know below. I don't even know if she gets hyper voice or anything. Maybe she gets hyper voice or Paris song or something like that. But um, I don't know. But again, I don't know what ghost type I would choose for Miku because I don't really know what ghost type Pokemon are more musically inclined. Maybe Frostlass, but um, I mean, I guess Frostlass. Frostlass has a very distinct. Yeah, I mean, you can also do Jinx, but I'm pretty sure the Pokemon Company wants to stay away from Jinx. But as Jinx is also not a ghost type, so I don't know. I think Miss Magius is really complimentary with these colors, but I don't know what they have to do with singing. But just looking at it more here, looks really, really cool. This design is just really, really cool. My goodness. It's just such a cool design. Like a ghost poltergeist Miku. It's so cool. And then I also like how from the front, the Will-O-Wisp hair ties look like devil horns, which add even more to this. It just looks amazing. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. A plus. Just a gorgeous design. I love it so much. Um, and then we go from design I love the most to design I like the least. This is not Miku at all. I don't care. This is not Miku. This is somebody's really cool OC that's gonna take your man, but this is not Miku. It doesn't visibly read as Miku. There's no silhouette that reads as Miku here. Obstagoon, and again, fitting Pokemon for a dark type. I think there might be a better choice for a dark option, but I'm pretty sure they're just trying to like keep up with the recent releases. So Obstagoon was the last generation, and it was musically inclined as being a direct reference to Kiss, the rock band. Um, but just like in itself, this is not Miku at all. I don't know whose cool sister this is, but it's not Miku. And even look, I think it's way better here because you're able to see more of the hair. But even with that, it just I think when you look at it more with the hair, it's actually a stronger design. But this pose and everything doesn't show that off. It looks almost like it's one cohesive piece, like Luca's hair versus like pigtails. And I don't know. I don't like the in motion silhouette more than I like the, I mean, illustration more than I like the ref sheet illustration. But yeah, I really dislike this. Probably my least favorite of all of them. Um, it makes up for it a lot more with the um, ref sheet, but again, if these had both been the same length pigtails, I'd probably be singing a way different tune because that would give a lot more Miku to it. I get what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be showing like the TCG sign, apparently, but you could still do that and have both the pigtails doing the same thing. and it'll still come across the same way. But I don't know. I think not having both pigtails really detracts from it. I think the outfit itself looks really fine. It reminds me of the Cynthia ancestor lady from Pokemon Legends Arceus, but me personally, I don't like it. Probably my least favorite of all of them. Again, just another unflattering, not unflattering, but just another angle of the view where you can't really even see the hair here. You can see this on the sleeve, and I like how the fonts for the O1 on her arm this time around looks like the old 1920 Roaring 20, whatever you want to call it, like that sort of font, like a very much like a Skullgirls jazzy old timey font. But I still just I don't rock with it. We're almost done. Wow. We're on 16 out of 18, which is Steel type, and that is with Jirachi. Um, I guess can't really think of a Steel type that is singing oriented or even sound oriented. I'm actually gonna look that up. I don't think that'll take too long to look up. Hope you guys don't mind. Let's see. So all Steel types. I just want to know if this was like the best option for Miku, because Jirachi doesn't sing. It can learn sing, but it's not a singing Pokemon. So let's see. Oh, excuse me. I am getting sleepy. But looking at all the Steel types so far, yeah, I'm not really seeing any that are either playing into like a musically role or like Miku's motif of being a computer program. Yeah, none of these are really doing it. Maybe Magirna, but Magirna doesn't really sing. I think if not Magirna, then Tinkaton just because of it being new, but again, not a singing or musically whatever. So I guess Jirachi's fine. It doesn't fit the partner Pokemon I would choose for it, but for a Steel type, it's very difficult to choose any for Miku to begin with, so it's whatever. The design visibly reads as Miku, so I like it a lot. It's giving very much Japanese summer festival vibes, and I really think that makes it strong. I love the tabby shoes that she's wearing. She has like is it like a parasol or mic stand katana Pokeball thing? I just think that it looks really good, especially since the pigtails kind of remind me of Celesteela. So I don't know if that was intentional, but it reminded you of that, especially with like these colors, and I just think it works really well. And then of course the Raiden Mortal Kombat looking hat, I just think that looks really cool. Oh, it's a flute. It's a flute. Almost like an azure flute from the center region. But yeah, this is like Miku and Legends Arceus. This is just amazing. An amazing design. Um, Visibly reads as Miku. You got the like Pokemon trainer aesthetic, I guess I would say. Just all the elements of this has come together to make a really strong design. This is definitely one of my favorites of them all. Um, Moving on, fighting type with Surfetched. I think they only chose this one because the initial promo image for this was a Farfetch with regular V2 Miku. So when they did the actual fighting type one, it was with Surfetched, and it's not. I don't think it's bad. It's giving very much anime vibes, like anime specifically, like a Soul Eater. Like Miku's giving very much Maka Allborn, especially with that armband. I like the pigtails being leeks. She has like a leek sword herself, like Surfetched. But and I like the color of the hair as well. I know what they're going for with this. Like we're gonna complement white, orange, green, black together. It's just I don't know. Something about it doesn't particularly read as Miku. Not Miku. Doesn't particularly read. No. Yeah, doesn't particularly read as Miku like facially, like in the facial features themselves. But the silhouette itself looks really strong. I like what they were going for this. It looks really cool. I think the tie should have been orange. But it's whatever. It's like I said, it's giving very much Maka Auburn from Soul Eater with a leek sword and everything else. Like if you look that character up, it's almost like a 1-to-1. Um, oh, I didn't even know there was like a hat in one of the side illustrations. That's really cool. Um, but yeah, overall, I think it's really cool. Not my favorite design, but I really enjoy it for what it's trying to do, and I appreciate that. And I think it's a successful design. It's just certain elements I'm personally not a fan of, but I do really like this design. It's Leek Miku Sword Fighter Fighting Game Maka Albor Miku. And then finally, we have, I guess this is for Dragon. Yes, because we already did Electric. So this is for Dragon, and Miku is with the box art legendary from Scarlet and Violet, Miraidon. Um, well, Miraidon doesn't really have anything to do with singing or programs or anything like that, even though it looks very mechanical. But I think it's the perfect pick for Miku if you weren't going to do Noivern, because Miraidon is supposedly a Pokemon from the future. And as we all know, Miku's name means the first sound of the future. So I think that was what their goal was with this. This honestly, I like this design. Well, not just because it visibly reads as Miku, especially like in the hair. The hair itself, the outfit is insanely amazing, but the hair itself is really cool. It looks like the body of a dragon, or maybe like if you know what Servine Superior line looks like, it kind of looks like that, but like the skin being a bit lighter blue instead of green. And also, it just looks like something that you would see in Pokemon Masters EX, like a Signa suit Miku. It just looks so freaking cool. So freaking cool. Like literally no notes. It just looks so cool. Like this could be in Project Diva tomorrow and it would not even look out of place. Um it just looks so cool. And of course, and it gives very much the serious champion vibe. I think this is a great way to end this series with like a champion looking Miku. And God, it's just the elements of this design are so cool, like the spikiness of the boots and the gloves with the spikes being on the hair, giving like a dangerous like predator draconic vibe, obviously. And then the spiked nail gloves, like claws, and then it's almost like they try to make her like a legendary hero. Her sword being a mic is disgusting in a good way. In a good way. When I say disgusting, I just mean like she's mothering right here. She is mothering the fuck out of this design. Holy shit. Like this might be my favorite. I thought the Meloetta one, the simplicity of that one was my favorite. But this Dragon Miku is like sickening. She is mothering the fuck out of this. And then they kept the Miraidon elements, not only in the cape itself with this gradient that I love, with the paradox dot thingy aesthetic that they have, but then you have the purple throughout the design too. So it's not just something tacked on. And I love that it's not, they didn't really do anything special with the arm thing, but they don't need to. It's just, oh, it's so good. You guys just don't understand. It looks so good. This is like the way that the fact that they ended it on Dragon type with this design, it's so good. This design is probably the best. It's just, I can't even stress it enough. The colors are just like eye candy, just like straight up eye. It's pleasing my eyes. Like I was getting bored in the middle of these, but they just ended it on a bang. And then like the pigtails being like dragon claws holding her hair. Oh, it's like the more I look at it, the more stuff I see, and it's just so cool. It's so cool. This was like if Miku was like in a boy band, and this was like her outfit, like those dramatic Love Live sort of games, but for like boy singers, and how they'll be in like these dramatic looking Victorian night outfits, like something like that. Um, but yeah, these all look really amazing and cool. I really like them a lot. Just going back in order, my favorites. If I were to choose a top 5, it would be Meloetta Miku, obviously. This is in no particular order, but Meloetta Miku for sure. I'm gonna make a list of my favorite. My top 5 out of the 18 of these. Meloetta Miku for sure. So I guess Psychic Miku. Meloetta Psychic Miku. Obviously, when we get to it, it's gonna be Miraidon Dragon Miku. Um, I'm gonna write a maybe on Skeledirge Fire Miku because I'm not entirely sold on this one. I do like it a lot, but certain things about it make me not really see it too much as Miku. Don't really like these two. Personal preference. I do like Chatot Miku. Um, what is this? The normal? Yeah, this is normal. Chatot normal Miku. Um, this is a really cool design. Just doesn't really feel too Miku-y with the jacket. Like I said. Aurorus. I do like that one. Aurorus. Aurorus Rock Miku. Yeah, this is Rock Miku. The kind of like Snow Miku design. Not really too much of a fan of the Flygon Miku. I do like the Altaria flying type Miku, very much so. Let's see. I'm just making a list so I can narrow it down. But for sure, Miraidon and Meloetta Miku are going to be on here. Jigglypuff Miku is cool. I like it, but I'm not too jazzed on it compared to like the other ones. Just doing a lot more with Miku's look, and I also feel like this weird pink part in the middle is like really distracting and just kind of detracts from it all for me. And then of course Kricketune Bug Miku, which again is like the perfect choice of a partner Pokemon for her of this type. Not really a big fan of the poison type one at all. The ghost one for sure is going on here in the top 5. Ghost, Miss Magius Miku. Oh my god. Looks amazing. This design is amazing. Miss Magius, Ghost Miku, for sure. So I have 3 locked in for sure. And then I'm skipping Dark type. One of my least favorite ones. Jirachi. Oh my god, Jirachi one for sure. Jirachi Steel type Miku. And then I do like this Miku, but it's not really giving what I want from like a fighting type Miku design, if that makes sense. Like I said, it reminds me way too much of like Maka Auburn, and I can't unsee that comparison. So I guess I'm too biased to like really make a objective judgment here. But again, of course, the best one for last. So going through all of these, my 4 that are definitely in like my top 5 favorite: Meloetta Psychic Miku, Miraidon Dragon Miku, Miss Magius Ghost Miku, and Jirachi Steel type Miku. And then for my 5th option, it's a toss up between Skeledirge, Chatot, Aurorus, Altaria, and Kricketune Miku. If I had to choose 2 runner-ups before I choose my final one, I think my first runner-up will be Skeledirge Fire-type Miku. As much as I want to add it to my top 5, and let's actually go to it. Where is it? Yeah, right here. As much as I want to add it to my top 5, I just think there's too much about it that doesn't really read too much as Miku for me. Like, it's definitely more Miku than the other ones, and I love everything that it does with its design, but to me, it's just there's more that I have seen that give me more of a Miku vibe than this one, but I still think the design itself is incredibly strong. Not only do you have the red and white representing like the Pokeball stuff, you also have these things on here which represents like I think the stuff that you would see level wise on a doll, like the sliders that you would have and editing, and then of course you having the speakers on her shoes, her like gold chain mic is really cool too, which looks a lot like Skeledirge's a fire chicken thing. Um, so yeah, that's my first runner-up, and then my second runner-up, before I get to my final top 5 is going to be Cricketune Bug Miku, which I will go to now. I think it was a 2 right before. Where is it? 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 Where are you? There you are. Um, I really like what it's doing, but simplicity wise, it reminds me a lot of like Piano Girl, the Oster Project song, and it just what it does design wise is it looks almost like a Demon Slayer cosplay, and I like it a lot, like that Butterfly Girl from Demon Slayer, but like toned way down. Like this is like I'm your music teacher. Hi, I'm Miss Hatsune Miku, and I'm gonna teach you about scales and music theory and stuff. Open up your dolls. We're gonna be using Vocaloid and Pro Tools or whatever. Um, that's the vibe it's giving me, and I just think it works really well. At what it does, it just the simplicity, also with the details that you see here, are just really, really good. So yeah, those are my 2 runner-ups, and then finally, my 5th and final Miku that I'm adding to my top 5 is gonna be, drum roll, it's gonna be, actually I have to go to not you, not you, even though if I had a 3rd runner-up, it would be Shout Out Miku, but it's gonna be Aurora's Miku. This is just like quintessential Snow Miku design, and I just think it's really, really strong. So Aurora's Rock Miku is my 5th and final top 5 fave Miku of this collab series. Like I said, my personal opinions aside, none of these were bad designs. I just feel like some of them are stronger as Miku designs than they are as like just being like somebody's really cool OC original character design. But yeah. If you liked this video, I hope you did. I spent like 40 minutes talking about Pokemon and Miku. Go ahead and leave a like down below. Tell me what your top 5 favorite from these designs are. And I want to know why too. You can't just list them. I want to know why. At least about one of them. Tell me why about one of them. Why do you like what you did? Defend your fave. Lip sync for your life. All that good stuff. And yeah, if you like more like casual laid back videos like this, just so I can put out some more stuff outside of like like covers and original songs and stuff, let me know if you like these types of videos. If not, I'll just like I'll not make them, I guess. I just thought that would be fun to do because this is very much Vocaloid and Miku related. I'm not a news channel, so I don't really do that anymore. I used to try to, but there's just so much Vocaloid news like all the time, so I could never keep up with stuff like that. But I thought this project was really cool. I thought it came out with some really unique and creative designs for Miku. I thought that this being a celebration of Miku's anniversary officially with Pokemon was like really insane and really awesome. And yeah, I thought I would go ahead and share my favorite Miku designs from this project, and also, like my opinions on all of them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like down below if you did. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content. Don't forget to tell me what your fave top 5 Mikus are and why. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.